Are people seriously still playing Fallout 76? Okay, so as you may know, today was the Xbox Showcase, Xbox slash Bethesda Showcase, and there was a lot to talk about. There is a lot to talk about, and I'm not going to talk about every single thing. I'm not going to go over everything. I'm only going to talk about things that I either found interesting or things that were like really major news, which of course Starfield will be mentioned in this video, but probably at the end of the video, okay? And there's a lot of things that was, some things were great, some things were just, who cares anymore. So we're gonna jump right into this thing, and I have a list here of things I want to talk about, different topics, different games that was announced. And the first one I want to talk about, I'm actually kind of interested based on what I saw, as well as some questions I have that may or may not have been answered. I'm not really sure, but the first one was Redfall. Redfall is apparently by, I believe, like the Bethesda team, the guys who made Dishonored and those kind of games. And this one is a similar idea where you're fighting vampires and you're also fighting like cultists. And they did show multiple characters, and I'm wondering if this is going to be online co-op, kind of similar to Back 4 Blood. And if that's the case, I only hope it's the co-op aspect that's similar, because Back 4 Blood, despite being a different team and all that, was a terrible game, honestly. So I am actually interested in Redfall. It looks very interesting, even though it is another first-person Bethesda game, which I'm kind of sick of seeing these things happening. I was actually intrigued by this idea when I saw it. The vampires, the abilities, each character has their own special thing about them. So that was pretty cool that I saw going forward. Now I believe they said Redfall is releasing, I believe next year, 2023, if I'm not mistaken. I was gonna get a quick look here on my computer to see when that is releasing. Let's see. Yep, 2023 for console, PC, cloud, all that good stuff. Cloud gaming and everything. So that was pretty cool. Next thing to talk about is the Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to add new content. I didn't really know what they were going to add or what they're talking about in this video they showed. It was something like the 40th anniversary, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know what the 40th anniversary is of, because Flight Simulator hasn't been out for like 40 years, right? So I think it's just adding new content, maybe new planes and maybe updated locations and everything. But they did show that you can do some Halo related content. You can fly like the Halo, aircraft thing. I don't know what it's called. I'm not a huge Halo guy. Side note, a friend of mine actually said this is like the first live content that Halo got, and it's not even in Halo. So that's pretty funny. I don't know what they're gonna add to that as well, other than just the ship that you can fly. Maybe they'll have like locations from the Halo games. That'll be pretty cool actually, if you can fly around that. So that'd be kind of cool. Next up is Silksong, which is like the sequel spin-off to Hollow Knight. We've been waiting for this game for a long time, and they still didn't show a release date for this, but it is of course going to be the Game Pass and everything. I have actually never beaten Hollow Knight. It is a very challenging game, but it is also a very beautiful game, and I do want to go back and play it. I have a copy of it on my Switch, but I'm so lost in where I'm at on that. I might as well just restart on the Xbox or even on the Switch again, and just go through from the beginning and try to get through it again. But that is still happening, apparently. I don't know how long it takes these developers to make these games, even the indie games, which in my opinion doesn't take as much resources and manpower to develop as compared to AAA games. But we've been waiting for this game for some time now, so it's good to see that there is some minor updates to the game with gameplay footage and everything like that. Moving on, we got a game called High on Life. Now, High on Life is another Justin Roiland creation, and I'm not too excited about this one. I've noticed in different projects that he's done that the guy only has like one voice that he can do, which is Morty. Because everything he does, for the most part, he has the Morty voice. In Rick and Morty. Then he has the one that there was another game they made. I think it's called like Trover Saves the Universe. He has the Morty voice. This one has the Morty voice, and I think the voice is also in that other show that they made. I forgot what it was called because I didn't really like that other show. But At this point, just give me a Rick and Morty video game. Even in this gameplay, there's like these little blue aliens you can shoot. They look like Meeseeks, and I get the idea, the whole thing about they're using the universe that they have from Rick and Morty and aspects from there, and just sharing them over to these projects. Even like there's a part where there's like a waterfall or something, and it's obviously the green portal from like Rick. But at this point, just give me a Rick and Morty game where I can play as Rick and cause some crazy chaos and shit, and then do a Pickle Rick level and all that other crazy shit. Just give me that, okay? That's all. I think that would be better if we just got a Rick and Morty game, because that's basically what this thing kind of is. You're on, you're in space or on planets or whatever, and you're using these weird alien weapons, and Morty is in the game. So at this point, just give me a Rick and Morty video game. But going on from there, we got some really exciting things here. Forza. This is a big one for me. Forza Motorsport 8 got some gameplay and some new details about what they're doing with the technology, not only with the ray tracing, but with the dynamic lighting and the new features they're going to add to the pit crew, new damage mechanics, and I'm very excited. I was disappointed to find out that you can't even play Forza 7 unless you find it physically, because it's no longer on the Microsoft Store for you to buy, and I can't find it physically. And I was hoping for like a XS update for 7, but they probably just said, screw it, we're going to give you Motorsport 8. Of course, Game Pass day one. And I am very excited. I cannot wait. I actually loved Motorsport 7. That's the only Motorsport I played, because that's when I got the Xbox Series S. And I fell in love with Motorsport, and I think it's about time we got another Motorsport, and I'm really excited to see that happening. And there's also new things they're adding to it, updates to the tracks and the environment and everything. So it just looks phenomenal, and I cannot wait. Now, with Forza Horizon 5, there is the first DLC. I don't know how many they're going to release, but the first one is releasing next month in July. It's another Hot Wheels expansion, just like we got in Motorsport 4. And my only issue here, and I've said this before about the Horizon series, is I think they are running out of ideas, because number one, I found the Mexico map to be not as exciting as the UK map in Horizon 4. And there were some different things from the different showcases that would be repeated from one game to another, and now we got a whole expansion that's basically repeated. It's another Hot Wheels expansion. It looks like a much bigger and more badass map, but we already seen the Hot Wheels one. We then saw a Lego one for Horizon 4, which I still never played that one. I really should go back and try that one. So I don't know what different they can do, other than maybe like a street racing update where they can add nitrous to it. They probably won't do that ever, but I mean, it looks cool, but we've seen this done already, so why even bother? There was even in Horizon 3, there was the Snow Mountain expansion, and I guess that was a way to test out the weather conditions for Horizon 4, having those weather changes, the season changes every week. So maybe instead of like a Snow Mountain, because I think Horizon 4 had the other island, and it was like, hurricanes and stuff like that. So maybe something similar to that idea, different kind of weather condition or something. Maybe just do a whole volcanic map where you're just in like a giant volcano type of thing. I don't know. Just no more Hot Wheels. Like, it's cool, but we've seen this already, okay? I spent too much time on that. Moving on. I got a couple of rapid fire things to talk about real quickly with some release dates, and then I'm going to go into the two bigger things that was announced. Rapid fire stuff. Overwatch 2 got a release date for this October. Elder Scrolls Online is getting some more content. I'm surprised they're still making content. Fallout 76. Like, seriously, people are still playing Fallout 76.
It allows us to have 16 times the detail.
Like, let me know, is it a much better game now than, of course it's gonna be better than at launch, but I haven't heard a single thing since then about, it's much playable now and it's gotten much better and people are still enjoying it. Just let it go. Fallout 76 was doomed since the beginning, whatever. Vin Diesel's Arc releasing 2023. Not much detail or information on that. Just another trailer. Scorn. That's some exclusive like survival horror. They did show some very quick gameplay. It looks very I'm trying to think of the word. Not terrifying. I mean, it does seem terrifying, but just like demonic and gross and sickening, you know. And that's releasing this October, so that'll be a little Halloween experience for you guys in October. Grounded, that game where you play as the little kids who got, you know, they shrink and they fight bugs. Apparently, that's getting a full, complete release in September of this year. So those are the quick rapid fire things. I also forgot this thing from my list that I'm going to talk about quickly is Diablo 4. I am not a Diablo fan in any capacity. I never played a single one, but hopefully this is going to make those fans happy after the bullshit that they try to pull with that mobile Diablo shit from their BlizzCon, whatever they call it. Because even for someone who doesn't care about Diablo, that was bullshit on the developer's part. So hopefully this does provide something great for those players who love Diablo. They did say that there is a new class type that you can play as, the Necromancer, where you can summon dead, you know, soldiers or whatever. So for you Diablo fans, I hope that this is something that you guys can enjoy, that is going to wash the disgusting taste out of your mouths from the mobile game, because that was just fucking dumb, you know. But Kojima announced that he is working on a project with Microsoft and Xbox, but he didn't say what the project is. He didn't say what the title is, what the game is. So it could be another couple years before we see anything from this announcement from Kojima. So for those Kojima fans, it may be a horror type of game. It most likely won't be a Silent Hill game, because he did say something brand new, never before seen, never been done. I would like to see Silent Hills come back, but this is something different, and hopefully it works out, because I know Kojima has been through a lot of shit with Konami, and so hopefully, I know he's going to get a better treatment from Microsoft. So I don't know how far the exclusive deal goes with him. I don't know if he's going to be exclusively with Microsoft going forward, you know, for the next foreseeable future, or if it's just this one project. Now, I do feel that there is a lot of exclusives that was announced here, but most of it were indie games, and I didn't really talk about a lot of them. You know, you got some more Sea of Thieves content. I don't care about that. They showed some gameplay for the new Plague Tale game, and they showed a whole bunch of different other indie games as well. But I want to see more of the AAA exclusives from Microsoft get announced, because you had Halo Infinite recently, sure, but it was honestly a disappointing experience, and you still don't have campaign co-op. I know we got Gears of War 5 a couple years ago, but I know people want another Gears of War. I would play a new Gears of War if it has Batista and Terry Crews in the game. That'll be fun. I only played through the first one with a friend of mine. I haven't gotten through the entire franchise. I'm thinking about doing it just to see how well this, you know, game franchise is, because a lot of people do like it, and I'm just not one of the people who really got to play it. And I think what Xbox needs is an exclusive superhero game. I'm just gonna say it, because, you know, Sony got Spider-Man. Those games are great. You cannot deny those Spider-Man games are great. Maybe Microsoft should just have Batman exclusive to them. Maybe not. I know there's the whole still debate about exclusive things and whether or not they're exclusive, but Microsoft is somewhat winning so far in this generation, because they are selling more consoles, and they have all these other games releasing. They are releasing more games on their console, but not so much exclusive games like Sony, because Sony had a brand new Spider-Man, and then they remastered the first Spider-Man. They have a new God of War coming up. They had a new Ratchet & Clank, a new Horizon game, Returnal, a new Gran Turismo. So their AAA exclusives are also releasing sequels and newer games, and all we got here is more Forza and a really non-exciting Halo, in my opinion. Halo Infinite was not an amazing game. It wasn't as exciting. That's just a little side thing. I'm going off track here, because now we're going to talk about Starfield. And for those of you who've been crying on the internet about Starfield and raving about it, I hope that what you saw today makes you happy, because to me, I've never really been interested in Starfield to begin with. I'm still not really interested in Starfield. To me, this is Bethesda's No Man's Sky. That's basically what I got out of this. It's Bethesda's No Man's Sky with some aspects of like Fallout and, you know, other games that they make. They still have the same NPC interactions where they just stare at you up close with the weird eye movements and shit. You do have the first-person gameplay, which is in majority of Bethesda games. Skyrim has the third-person mode. I don't know. I think this one does also have third-person mode, maybe. But I'm still not really interested in this game, and I hope that for those of you who are, I hope this did make you happy and gave you some peace of mind. I did see some of the live comments in the live video, and some people were saying it looks boring or it's not that exciting, and some people just, you know, showing their excitement for Bethesda and Starfield. And I honestly, the only Bethesda game I played like a bunch of hours in was Skyrim. I did complete Doom 2016 on my Switch. It was a really rough experience because I played it on Switch. But Skyrim was like the only Bethesda game I ever cared about. I did try Dishonored. Not terrible, just I couldn't stick with it all the way. It was fun for what I did, but couldn't get into it. Evil Within is garbage. Honestly, Resident Evil is just better. And that's coming from a guy who's recently a Resident Evil fan. I always hated Resident Evil back in the day. I'm only recently an RE fan. So I don't know what else to say about Starfield other than you can fly spaceships apparently. You can explore up to 1,000 planets according to Todd Howard, the guy with the same jacket who can't afford another jacket. That's just me hating on Todd Howard because of the whole Fallout 76 thing. But like I said, I'm not really excited for Starfield. I'm still not that excited. I'd rather just play a Star Wars game. I want to see a Star Wars game in this kind of capacity where you could fly to different planets and explore and do all these other crazy Star Wars things. That's what I'd rather play. Lego Star Wars wasn't that for me, you know. I get why it's Lego, but Starfield for me is just, let me get another Elder Scrolls. I've never beaten Skyrim despite how many hours I put into that game, and I played it on PS3, PS4, the Switch. And I still never beaten it, so I want to try to beat Skyrim at some point. Maybe I'll try the other Elder Scrolls. I think the fourth one was, is it Oblivion or Morrowind? It's one of those two. I don't know. You guys obviously know more than I do about that, but I heard the fourth one was pretty good, so I want to maybe try that one. So I know a new Elder Scrolls is in development, but that's probably another 3 to 4 years away, maybe 5 years away. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that. So that was a lot that they showed, or a lot that I talked about, and there's a lot more that was shown, a whole lot more that was shown and talked about, and I just don't have the time or the interest to talk about every single thing that was shown. And I hope that some of these games, when they release, are going to really utilize the next gen technology, because we are seeing more games being like released on next gen only. You know, we had games releasing on PS4 and PS5 and Xbox Ones and Xbox Series, but we are seeing some more games only releasing on the Series and the PS5, and that's to help utilize the technology of the the new consoles. And I think for that to be successful, they have to try to get more consoles out there. Yes, Xbox has had more consoles out there, but now they're back on a bit of a halt, at least in my area. And then Sony, I forget about them right now. They're not even releasing PS5s on stores without doing a stupid bundle that costs almost $1,000. But that's a topic for another video. Let me know what you thought about this showcase, because it was a lot. I actually liked it better than the Sony one they just showed last week, I think, because they showed a lot more and there was a lot more interaction, and it was more engaging to me. And not only that, but a lot of what was shown in the Sony showcase wasn't even exclusive to Sony. Like Street Fighter 6 is not exclusive. The Callisto project is not exclusive to Sony, and yet it was on their showcase. Now for here, I don't know what here is not exclusive to Xbox, but majority of it is Starfield, Diablo, the Kojima thing, Forza, Flight Simulator. Overwatch might now be exclusive because of the Blizzard deal. So this was a much better, what do you want to call it, a direct or a showcase, much better in my opinion than what Sony and Nintendo has done recently. And I can't wait to see what comes out of the future of Xbox. In terms of these games that I listed, Redfall is definitely one I want to try, especially if it's co-op. I'm definitely going to try that with the guys. Motorsport 8, of course. Silksong I am interested in. Scorn I am interested in doing like a Halloween maybe Twitch stream or something. That's it for the most part. Don't really care about the other stuff, but like I said, let me know in the comments what you think. And I thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you made it to the end. And I thank all of you who made it possible for me to reach 300 subscribers. To me, it's a big milestone because I've tried YouTube, throughout the years and never made it even close to 300. So I appreciate those who made me or helped me reach 300, and for those who have been interested and been supportive of my channel. There is a couple of you guys who do comment on majority of my videos, and I do really appreciate that. NFS Beast, you're one of the top ones, and I appreciate the support, my guy. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Anthony Olan, and I'll see you guys on the next one.